All right. Welcome everyone. This is Cesar Trabanco from the Global Chamber, and this is our League of Opportunities Part One. For all of you new to this type of event, this is an event where we allow couple members, four or five members, to highlight a little bit more about it. The League of Extraordinaries is more of a roundtable, speed dating type of thing. In this one, I I reach out to a couple members and we give them more time, something around 8-10 minutes, so we can learn more, mainly about three things: about yourself, about the industry you are in, and about, of course, the company and who you would like to meet and whatever product services you offer. And and an extra bonus, if there's any particular opportunity out there for our members, then you can share of that. I would like to start with Sayali Mukade. Sayali is part of Aprily in from Austin, Texas, and Sayali, you've been a very active member with us, and I was wondering, I actually didn't check if you have participated as speaker in this one, but I thought, why not? Let's invite Sayali and learn more on the latest. So Sayali, the floor is yours. Again, something around 7-8 minutes, and then we can have some Q&As.
Sure, thanks, Cesar. May I be able to share the screen?
Yes, sure. And everyone in the chat, please make sure you put your contact details, LinkedIn, website, and let's all start connecting. That's part of the really the main idea behind these events.
Yes, absolutely. Where do I see the share screen button? Because right now I'm not seeing it. Okay, I see it now. Okay. Let me know, everyone, if you are able to see my screen.
We can see it now, yes.
Hello, everyone. Myself, Sayali Mukate from Aprily, a custom software services provider company. We solve complex business problems with the help of technology. We are into business for last 10 years and have been working with diverse industry verticals, which includes tech savvy and non-tech business domains. So let me move on to the next slide, which actually showcases the variety of industry that we have been working for. Just look at any apps on your phone that you use daily. Visit any banking or commercial e-commerce website, a back office for a physician or any other entrepreneur. We build those mobile apps and web platforms uh, to say it in simplified words. So one of our clients in automobile industry, a car dealer company, was facing a challenge with manually processing of their orders. So what we did is we implemented an automated solution for them. Bots read email through optical character recognition, fed the data into CRM, and prepare the customer acknowledgements PDFs specific to that particular dealer, the geographical area through templates and that specific language, and send automatically all those acknowledgement PDFs to customer. So the whole process that used to take 15 to 20 minutes came down to 3 to 4 minutes. So that is the power of technology that it can bring when automating your businesses. Now that company can process 10 times more orders on a daily basis with an increased accuracy. Another client was paying for multiple different SaaS subscriptions without realizing that they could run all their operations to much lower cost by optimizing and leveraging the power of product features that come out of box. So, so this is what we do as a part of our services. So if you just take a glance of all our industries that we have catered to, so we are expert in technology, and wherever we can help businesses with digital transformation, we work with them. Okay, so a quick glance on our services. The tier A and tier B services is the core of what we offer, which I just talked about is a custom development. We have a very strong integration portfolio that helps running businesses seamlessly. We also offer commodity trading and risk management for oil, gas, and mining industries, which is a service on top of existing applications for managing various risks through analytics and reporting. The partnerships with industry leaders to provide a quick turnaround solutions. Now, I would like to pose a simple question to the audience. A lotus flower in pond. If a pond flowers double each day and pond gets full in 30 days, when was the pond half full? You can put it in chat. I'll pause for a few seconds. Shall I reveal the answer?
That's a tricky question.
Okay, it's very simple. The answer is on
Okay.
29th day. The reason is when it was, it doubles the next day. So when it was half, the next day it will get double. So this is how the tricky to understand the exponential growth. Okay, so that is what I'm going to talk about when I will speak about trends and emerging opportunities in our industry. So basically, when we say about exponential growth, we are hearing about AI very much, but we will not know when it will take over completely, right? It is just deceptive, like an exponential growth, the question that we took it. So AI-driven development, these are the 70+% companies are using that thing. Obviously, the cloud will be the first, cloud first strategies will dominate for scalability, resilience, and global connect, and of course, the accessibility globally. Custom software development is going to be data driven, adaptive to behavior. Security can no longer be, an afterthought. Post quantum world, cybersecurity needs to be very much proactive. So that is what we are looking into. Then, of course, the ESG conscious enterprises, energy efficient algorithms, carbon aware cloud deployments are emerging priorities right now. Uh, Using spreadsheet, a business cannot scale, and there is a lot of opportunities that we are seeing, especially in the markets like Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America. They definitely need to have a digital transformation. Replacing outdated systems with cloud native API first architecture, various regulations, compliances is also going to be, emerging opportunities in coming few years. Real-time processing at the device level is opening doors for IoT heavy industries like manufacturing and smart cities. So that's where we are, saying it as age computing, and also the compliances related automation, that because compliances are going to be much more essential now, so it's better if you do automation through that. And then building industry specific platforms, having a data driven and behavior adaptive systems, hyper personalized custom software is something is going to be essential for that, and that is the whole area we also help from our side. Any questions, just raise your hands. Otherwise, I will just move on to our next slide, which is just nothing but the kind of referrals or whom we would like to meet. So there are different areas that we can work on in terms of technology. We work majorly with B2B and B2C businesses. B2B is the major part, like 70% plus. What we do is we build mobile web applications. We deploy those applications on cloud. We do complete custom development from scratch to the end. And we also work with different industry leaders like Monday, Zoho, and Odoo to give quick customizations. So anyone you see that they have a kind of potential to scale their business and need help of technology, these are some of the pointers that can help us to have further discussion, whom we can get connected with. These are the ideal phrases that can help for somebody to refer us. So generally, people do not understand when we say it's a software services company. It is more of because people are used to know any product company, what that product brings, right? What is the subscription and pricing? But this is about actually building that, actually getting such kind of platform in front of your clients. So we work with small, mid-sized businesses. We work with enterprises as well who would like to have an additional workforce to work with them, and especially coming few years, wherever people may be are thinking that with AI they can write code and application, but there are a lot of integration and other pain points wherein a real human experience is essential. So that's where we can help. And in custom software solution, there are a lot of different challenges and different business scenarios that we solve. And I would be really happy to connect with people. And even if there are any questions right now, I'll be happy to take a moment and answer those.
Thank you very much, Sayali. Any questions from the audience? And I have one actually. Just wondering, what type of industries do you find are a little bit reluctant to embracing technology, embracing automation? And have you found anyone that you say, well, the normal is for people, for executives not to accept these changes?
Yes. So industry is like fintech is always a good industry to work with people because they know about something about technology. For finances, accuracy is important. Certain security compliances are important, and they are very much into getting to the pace where industry is leading. They are fast paced. They would like to have solutions in place to cater their customer needs. They are always would like to change it to the latest technology. I have been seeing some businesses using like 30 years they are still using their old legacy systems, right? So now there is a time to do the legacy modernization as well. So we help a lot of on migrations. We also help on rewriting those softwares. We help them on optimizing the number of different applications they are using. For example, one of my clients was using QuickBooks for accounting and Zoho Books for timesheet, and they got another software to keep time recording in a different way. So all of them were absolutely not needed considering their small size business. Just Zoho Books was sufficient for them to do both timesheet and accounting. And QuickBooks was like double the subscription they were paying for, and none of their systems were integrated. So every tab application they were entering the data repetitively. So that is where it was their workforce was getting occupied with without able to focus on what expertise they really have to increase their get their business to the level they are looking for. I have seen many businesses who don't even know what kind of insights analytics and reporting can give it to them if they collect all their data and automate operations. They even just can't think of what technology can bring it to them.
So thank you, Sayali. And I see JC has a question. I know you two met in our League of Extraordinaries this week, I'm pretty sure. JC, welcome.
Thank you, Cesar. So, Sayali, again, me, but after a formal presentation for you, you are just raising more questions and more the desire to understand more your business. So, what do you see for the mid-size, small business? I don't know if you work with them, but what kind of systems do you see that they are using in terms of the equivalent of ERP or supposed to be the equivalent to ERP? I know you manage Odoo, which is wonderful. And what do you typically see them using? And what are the tools, if there is Odoo or any other platform that you would recommend, that you manage, that you would recommend definitely for a small business, mid-sized business to transition to those kind of platforms that allows them to grow exponentially?
Absolutely. I can just give a quick answer to you, but I just would like to add something that this is not the final answer. The reason is we definitely need to look into few more details. Zoho one is a real good ecosystem that they
Mhm.
provide 45 plus applications under the hood. And it is really great for small businesses to start their digital transformation. Like, for example, they have got CRM, campaigns, invoicing, bookkeeping, timesheet keeping, warehouse management, inventory management. They do have people, payroll, HR, customer support, like kind of a Zoho desk. That is application they have, just to name few. But they have got everything. I mean, you don't even have to have Google Works, have to pay for Google Workspace. They have got email, they have got work drive, even more, like you can do contracts, signing and signature. You can send the documents for e-signature. You also can send quotes to your customers, and everything is automated and linked to your CRM. And through contracts, you can even make the changes into different legal terms, and you can track them, how exactly those changes are happening. So there are a lot of such cool features that they have got. And they have also got a tool generally people end up in using as a third party to connect different third party applications. So they have a application called Zoho Flow that does that. They have got a very powerful analytical app which can, connect all of your systems and draw insights for you. You can't even imagine. You can just write a query just like you put it on database if you're a technical person, or you can just write it in a business simple language and fetch that data. And you can automate everybody's dashboard. You can put all priorities and daily work for the team right on their dashboard, so they stay focused. All those dependencies are visible for managers to remotely manage the teams. A lot of capabilities are very much possible for Zoho. There are a few limitations also with that platform, which we know since we have worked with that platform, but we always take it by case basis and do some discovery phase to find out how feasible it is. And we also offer a free system analysis consultation. I will post that link after I finish my talk. And I definitely encourage those businesses to, fill up that form, get in touch with us, let us know which all different platforms they use, and we can definitely help them to optimize and provide consultation what is the best route they can take.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Appreciate the answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sayali. Thank you, JC. Let's move now to Chet Seto from CJ Seto Support Services. Chet, I understand you are in California. Am I right?
No, I'm actually on the East Coast. That's just
Okay, so
outside Minneapolis.
I kept getting confused because I think Miss Young once told me you were in California. So,
Well, my phone number is out of Santa Barbara. That's probably
oh,
why.
okay, okay, I see, I see. Okay, so perfect. Chet, thank you for being here with us. I know you have a lot of experience in different industries, so the floor is or yours.
Okay, thanks, Cesar. Thank you, everybody, for this opportunity to talk to you and present something that is revolutionary. And I think once you hear what I have to say, I think you'll probably agree with me. Okay. First of all, my name is Chet Cito. I'm the owner of CJ Cito Sports Services. We are a government contractor providing specifically in the environmental health and safety arena. But what I want to talk to you about tonight is another business venture that I've gotten involved with. I'm a partner in a company called Advanced Motor Powers Technology. And AMP is a patented technology for three-phase electrical motors that enables them to produce the same amount of power but at a reduced energy consumption. So we've had motors tested where they're actually using up to 50% less energy and still produce the same power output. So if you look at all the energy that's produced in the world, 85% of the energy is consumed by electrical motors. And so many of these users of these electrical motors include hotel chains like the Marriotts and the Hiltons, supermarkets like the Walmarts, SeaWorld, all these amusement park, Disney World. So any place where electrical motors are used, this is where this technology can really help out. With the advent of the AI data centers, the use of electricity is going to skyrocket. And when the demand goes up, then what happens? The cost for energy goes up also. Um, so electricity right now in the UK and Europe costs about 3 times more than what it costs here in the United States. A lot of the hotels in Europe are closing down many of their rooms because they can't afford the electricity costs to keep the rooms warm. So if you have a 1,500 room hotel, they're shutting down and keeping maybe 300 rooms open. So the cost for electricity is really affecting their business model. So what is shifting? Well, as I said, the AI industry with all the data centers that's going to be built is going to consume a lot of the energy that's out there. So in order to meet that demand, what happens is now you have to create more energy. You have to use resources, natural resources, to create that energy. So the technology that we are promoting with this advanced motors is we're going to reduce the need for the energy for these motors by up to 50%. By up to 50%. So, so the question I would ask is, uh, do you or your business, are you concerned about the cost of energy? I'm sure the cost of energy, everyone is concerned about that. You see that every single month when you have to pay the energy bills. So if there is a new technology out there that can help you reduce that energy consumption and therefore energy cost, and if this new technology was made available to you at no cost, so there's no upfront cost, and if there's no energy savings, then there's no cost for us. That's how we get paid, is we share in the energy that's saved, and we share in the cost savings. So we develop a pricing model called a power savings agreement, which is similar to like the electric or the lighting industry. They replace all your lights, fluorescent lights, with LED lights. They put solar panels out at no cost, and then water energy is created and they sell it back into the grid. So they share in that not cost savings, but in the sale of the energy. Our model is we're not creating energy, we're saving energy. And by saving energy, you're not paying for energy that you're not using. So therefore, you're saving money. And our model is we share in that energy savings. So there's no upfront cost for the motor. We replace the motor. If the motor dies, we replace it. So as I said, there's no upfront cost for the motor, and if we don't save you money, we don't get paid. But if you do save money, then you get the use for the motor for free, and you're also saving money at the same time. Okay. So, but this is a proven technology. The technology's been around for 15 years. So it's not something that we just created overnight. It's been proven. Disney World have used it. Universal Studios have used it. Some of the food chains have used it. And in the 15 years since then, the developer has improved on that technology. Plus, we've also added 2 additional patented technology that makes it run even more efficient. So 15 years ago, the motors were saving around 30%. Now we're getting up to 55% in energy savings. And this has been documented by a third-party independent testing facility. One of our customers actually hired this facility to test the motor out to verify it does save energy like we propose. So it's a third-party independent testing facility to verify that and validate that the motors that we're offering, truly does what it does. Okay, and so what we've done is we created a pricing model using this power savings agreement. And our pricing model has 4 different plans. There's 4 different options. The first option is, let's say you have a motor that's died and you need to replace the motor right away. So what we do is we replace that motor with a conventional motor with the intent that once we have an upgraded motor to replace that conventional motor, then we bring in the upgraded motor and the customer signs a power savings agreement. Okay, so that's plan A. Plan B is if the client does not want to sign a power savings agreement, but he wants to buy a upgraded motor. So we price out the motor that would include the cost for the upgrade, and then we factor in what we would have gained had they signed a PSA for 10 years. So how much money would that client have saved over 10 years and what our share would have been, and that's how we add that to the overall cost. So frankly, we don't want people to sign up for a plan B because we don't want the technology to go out there that people can open up the motor and figure out what the technology is. So we don't want that because we don't want to sell the motor. What we want to do is we want to give people to use the motor for free. Now we have a plan C, and what the plan C is, they actually pay for the motor and the cost for the upgrade. So basically they're paying to use the motor, but they also sign a power savings agreement. And in the power savings agreement, the fact that they basically pay for the cost of the motor, we will deduct that cost from the power savings agreement out of our share. So if the cost for the motor was $1,000, then if the first year save or first month saving our share was $250, then we would deduct $250 from our share, and then over 4 months we would have gotten our money back, or actually the customer would have gotten their money back for the purchase of the motor. And then after that, then we continue to get our share of the savings. Okay. Plan D is where we provide the motor for free. No cost up front. We install it and we maintain it. If it breaks down, we replace it. But they do sign a long-term power savings agreement. So keep in mind, there's no cost up front. There's no cost for maintenance. There's no cost to repair. And after the power savings agreement has been completed, if the motor needs to be replaced, we replace it and sign a new power savings agreement. So there's really no downside to the customer per se. So there's no risk, there's no upfront cost. Okay. So where do we fit into this? My company, we help with the sales, but my company is in the production of these upgraded motors. So when an order comes in, let's see, 10 and 20 horsepower motors make up 40% of all the motors that's sold out there. So what we will do is we will have an inventory of those size motors already upgraded, ready to go. But recently we just got an order for 12 350 horsepower motors. So we're not going to have those on the shelf, standing around. So we have to special order those. And it takes about 3 weeks to upgrade each one of those motors. So it'll probably take us 6 months to get those 12 motors up and running. Okay. So for plan D, as I said, they would get the motors for free. They would share in the cost savings, and there's no risk on their part. So our job is to produce these motors with the technology. And our plan right now is to have a production center, apparently multiple production center here in the United States, one in the UK, one in Europe, probably, and right now we're looking at Romania. We're going to have a production center in Dubai. We're going to have one in South Africa, probably around Johannesburg. And then we're going to have one in Asia, and we're looking at Indonesia. So, all right. So who do we want to connect with? Right now, we're talking to the major hotel chains like the Hiltons, the Marriotts. We're talking to Walmart, Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and so forth. We are in the plans for a lot of the desalination plants and also wastewater treatment plants because those facilities use a lot of motors. We're talking with the city of Oxnard in California. They're going to build a desalination plant on barges. So it's going to sit on 6 barges, and they're going to pump out water that's inside a bay where the water is stagnant. So it's basically dead water. So they're going to pump out the dead water, turn it into fresh water, and by pumping the water out, then fresh water then comes back into the bay to replenish the dead water. So, and that project alone with 6 barges is going to require 216 100 horsepower motors. So that's going to be a huge project. And we are on taps with the city of Ventura in California. They're going to build a new wastewater treatment facility. So they're going to put our motors in those treatment facilities. So who are we looking for as far as potential customers? Hold on one second while I change this. Oops. Okay. Okay, so we are looking for businesses looking to save money on their energy consumption, businesses who are willing to try out new technology. And in this case, as I said, there's no risk because if it doesn't work, then they don't pay us. If our technology doesn't work, we replace our motor with their motors. So that's how much faith we have in our technology. Okay, so we want customers who want a long-term relationship. So the PSAs that we're going to put in place, they're not for 1 year or 2 years. We're talking 10, 15, 20, 25-year relationships. And then once those PSAs expire, well, guess what? We just start a new one. If the motors are obsolete or getting too old, we just replace it and sign a new PSA. Okay. The customers that do not fit into our profile are the small onesie twosies, because for us to deal with one motor at a time, then it's too much effort to retool and recalibrate all of our equipment just for one motor. So we're looking for clients that have multiple motor needs. That's why we're talking to all these hotel chains with amusement parks. So all these water parks require a lot of pumps to pump those waters. Hotels require a lot of pumps to pump the water all the way up to the 50th floor penthouse. So the water doesn't flow uphill, it's got to be pumped up. And those require a lot of pumps. Escalators, elevators, refrigerators at the restaurants, those all require pumps. So,
Chet, just let's try to see if we can wrap up in a minute.
yep, I'm almost done.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, what we are offering is anyone that's interested, we will do a free cost analysis. So we will analyze what their current usage is and then compare that with what it would be if they use one of our upgraded motors. So anyway, so I'm open for any questions at this time.
Thank you, Chet. Any question from the audience?
I do not have question, but I would definitely like to get in touch with you because I just see two of my connection. One is very good family friend of us who is working with Volectra Electronics, and he has some patents in electric motor innovations. During his PhD and other thing. And another connection is one of my clients. We are working with them more in machine learning phase of it. So what his idea is behind, he also has got patented software. So it is more of taking the learning out of machine. So if you have to replace the machine, then it's not a problem. So we are trying to build a software piece and the dashboards, which will give more accurately the health of machine than the mechanical, the indicators or whatever the test machines are doing it, right? The health check units are doing right now.
Yeah.
So the electronically, it can be possible to show the dashboard of all machines on the floor for the manager to keep an eye, right? So, and they're working with oil and gas companies, to even deploy those that software remotely. remote places. And there are a few more, advanced things that are also coming up. We are just moving to, building a neural network piece, more getting into AI now with that.
Well,
So
one of the things I would like to look into, I don't know if there's any robotics companies out there, but this technology is very labor intensive. If I can automate that, then we can certainly, increase our productivity, tenfold.
yes.
Perfect. And thank you, Sayali. And I see JC, you got a question as well.
Yeah, just to be considered about time very, very quickly, Chet, if you are interested in getting connection to distributors that are already in that market, let me know. I have a contact of a client in India who's a large distributor of motors. So happy to connect you to them.
Yeah, 20% of all the motors out there are made in India. Yeah, so if you've got contacts there, we're certainly be interested in talking with them. And distributors, they already have a client base, and this is an easy sell. Who's going to say no to free motors and energy savings?
I was going, and thank you, JC. I was going to ask the same. And Chet, any chance, are you connected to anyone in Puerto Rico by any chance? Because answering
I'm
to,
sorry?
are you connected to anyone in Puerto Rico by any chance?
It's funny you say that because the person that developed this technology is Puerto Rican.
Okay, okay. Because there, to your question, you drop a question there. Like if we think about energy cost, and we do like every day.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
in our
especially Puerto Rico.
exactly. So that's why I asked.
And as a matter of fact, we are looking at Puerto Rico as one of our production centers because of the what do you call it, the zone free or free zone,
the
business
free
free.
zones, yes, the free trade zones, yeah.
Yeah, so
So
there's no tariffs coming in or out.
yeah, I will connect you to one of our members here, who is the one who put I forgot the name, but it's kind of is related to energy, like the Energy Coalition or something. So I'm gonna put you in touch with that.
Yeah,
Member.
Puerto Rico has a big energy problem.
It told me.
Yeah.
Perfect. So thank you, Chet, and sorry I mispronounced your last name, Cito, at the beginning.
That's okay. Everyone does.
So let's move now to Siobhan Shaw. So Siobhan comes from a little bit different perspective. She comes from the nonprofits world, but she got an opportunity. She wants to share something with our members, and I told her, like, jump in here and tell us more. So thank you, Siobhan. Floor is yours. And you're muted, Siobhan.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm Siobhan Shaw, and thank you, Cesar. I have not been part of the Global Chamber family for several months, and it's because I thought I had very bad allergies this spring because of the Palo Verde trees. John, my husband, had similar symptoms, but it turned out that as he was getting over his allergies, I was getting worse, and I wasn't even able to breathe enough to walk easily from the bedroom to the bathroom. And I was rushed to the hospital because of my breath was just pretty much non-existent. And they found out that I have metastatic breast cancer. And it had eaten the lining of my lung pleura. The cancer cells had destroyed the lining and made it porous so that my body fluid had seeped in there, and it crushed my lung into the center cavity of my chest. And that is why I couldn't breathe. But I want to stand up and let you all know, because you're all leaders in business, that you can turn the fear for anything that happens in your life, from fear to fight to fabulous. And you can turn it around on a dime. So when I was told by the attending physician the day after they put me into the hospital, the guy stood there and looked at me and he said, Siobhan, you have metastatic breast cancer. It's in your lungs, obviously. It's in your liver. It's in your lymph. And we also think it's in your bones, which they did find out it was throughout my skeleton after they did a PET scan. So I lit up like a Christmas tree. And then he said something I wasn't expecting. He said, you have 6 years left to live. And in that moment, and I think this would be the same for most everybody, your world stops. Your future plans are put on hold, and you have to make a decision. Are you going to live, or are you going to let cancer beat you into the ground? And so what started out as fear and the grief and all that I went through in June, July, I turned that fear into fight. And then eventually something I never expected, I turned it into something fabulous. And Cesar and Doug know me as the co-founder of Growing to Give. And we support the Phoenix Food Forest, the nation's largest food forest. The Diamondbacks support that, and the city of Phoenix has stepped in, and it's become a GAIN event. And we're seeing such growth, no pun intended there, that I had an idea to take all my podcasting experience, because I've been doing podcasting for many, many years, and self-growth and a lot of media. I've been writing for media. I've been writing, for articles for Growing to Give and farming and all that kind of stuff. But this was something new that I thought one day I just woke up and said, cancer bites, but we'll bite back. And in that moment, my energy went from 0 to 60. It was phenomenal what happened. So I had all this fluid that was drained from my body. I had to go for weeks upon weeks upon weeks of treatment. I'm on chemo treatments. I will be on prescription drugs for the rest of my life. But my motto, my mantra is stay alive to 105. And when my doctor heard that, she shook her head. She said, no, Siobhan, she said, you won't stay alive to 105. But we will destroy the cancer. And she was a replacement oncologist, because the first guy who told me I had 6 years left to live didn't align with my idea of what would happen in my life. So in walked one of Scottsdale's top oncologists, and she took my case. And she has watched me just in 3 months go from this person who couldn't breathe, I could barely talk, and I was fighting for my life, to somebody who has created a podcast and a community called Cancer Bites, and it is on fire. It is just blowing up. It's so exciting because it's something that I can get my teeth into, right? Everybody understands cancer because somebody in their life has been affected by it. And Doug was just talking about his daughter's dog who is dying of cancer right now. So it's not just our friends and family, but it's our furry friends and family as well. And so much of it all over the place. My partner 23 years ago survived testicular cancer. And what I'm going through is just a little bit of the taste of what he went through. So for that, I'm grateful. And he is the best cancer coach in the world. And I could go into tons of detail, but I know I don't have a lot of time. But I've created this podcast called Cancer Bites. And because of my media connections, it's easy for me to find guests for the podcast. And I have, right to the end of the year, filled up. So every Tuesday during the day, we record a guest who has something to do with cancer. They're either breast cancer patients, survivors. We have the leading psycho-oncologist was just on. We have a dermatologist, the founder of Baru, which is an app for your Apple smartwatch. We have one of the leading breast reconstructionists or reconstruction surgeons from California coming on. We have a breast cancer patient just like me. She's the international marketing VP for Warner Brothers, and we're now collaborating. And she'll be on the show in a few weeks. It is phenomenal what's going on. And we also, right now, here in Scottsdale, I'm in Scottsdale, not too far from Doug, and we are filling gift bags so that I can get out to the cancer clinics, the hospitals, find the women who are going through cancer right now and provide them with a little comfort. Because one of the things that I found was when I got home from the hospital, because my family's not here, so the only person that could visit me in the hospital was John, and he wasn't thinking about bringing me little gift packs or anything like that. He was bringing me pajamas and making sure I got coffee and apple pie every day. But what I loved was when I got home, my friends and family started sending me gift bags. And so I thought I would translate that, because it was such a great feeling to know people cared, that I would translate it into Cancer Bites and create gift bags. So we have a gift bag campaign. It's all under the umbrella of Growing to Give. So it's part of a nonprofit. And so we are filling gift bags. And you wouldn't believe it. Just this afternoon, an elderberry company that does lozenges and elderberry juice, they're right here in Arizona. There's some media that's just been done on them. And she's going to be sending me lozenges for the gift bags. We've got earrings coming, bracelets. We've got skincare. We've got books. We've got all kinds of people stepping up and sponsoring these gift bags. And I've only thought of doing 60 gift bags, but I think we're going to be doing 60,000 gift bags in the next year and getting them out to all these amazing women and men as well that are fighting this fight. And it's a good fight, because breast cancer can be beaten. I truly believe it. Even metastatic breast cancer, which has no cure, can be put back in its place. And so I am looking for people that are interested in sponsoring the show, any amount, any level. We can chat about that. I'm looking for people that want to be part of the Titty Committee. And no, I didn't pick that name, but I loved it. So I thought, well, that's great. So those are people that can help behind the scenes with whatever skill that you have, you bring to the table. Maybe it's video editing, or you're very good at organizing, because I'm not, or you just are a great you're a great networker, and you can pick up the phone and call, sponsors and tell them what we're doing and what we're looking for. And we bring joy and dignity back into the lives of people with breast cancer. And we have a great lineup of guests. And next week, we have 9/11 first responders, men who have breast cancer, and their attorney, it's one man who's going to be the guest, so Dominic, and his attorney, who represents 50 men that got breast cancer as a result of running into the fire during 9/11. And so I've put all my information in the chat, and I would love if you have, wanted to have a brainstorming session. Do you want to get involved in Cancer Bites? Would you like to be a guest on Cancer Bites? Would you like to be a sponsor of the show? That would be amazing. And if not, just if you could just like, share, and comment on our posts at Cancer Bites podcast on Facebook and LinkedIn. I would absolutely love that.
And we will
Cesar, how
certainly-
did I do for time?
Oh, good. Oh, good. I took a relaxed approach today because we only had the three of you highlighted. So, but first of all, Siobhan, congratulations on the way you've been fighting and the way you've been responding to your personal situation this year. That tells a lot, and so that definitely is gonna help you. And we're here to help. I'm personally gonna share. So I already copied the link, so I'm gonna be sharing this in the WhatsApp groups and in the follow up. So we're gonna make sure to make some noise. And I saw you join our nonprofit call today, and you're probably gonna be there tomorrow. So let's continue doing some noise for you.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much. And I missed being at the Global Chamber meetings. And I was just, my mind was, because I didn't have a lot of oxygen going to my brain, I was doing less and less work. I wasn't thinking clearly. And it's taken all my effort to get that back. That I've had to, John got me out walking right after I got home from the hospital. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. They wouldn't let me out because I couldn't get my oxygen level out. I kept failing the respiratory walk. And I mean, I was like walking like an old drunk, right? So I have never been that sick in my life. I've rarely, I think I was in the hospital for my tonsils. So this was something that was out of the blue, unexpected. I'd never gone through it before, and never anything like it, but John had. And I'd walked by his side through his cancer, and it was worse than what I'm going through. I can tell you that. When I complain, I have a little bone pain or my lungs are hurting or something like that. I think back 23 years ago to where he could barely lift his head off the pillow, for weeks at a time. And I am on some of the most innovative drugs that they've got going out there. It's Kisqali, and it's very, very expensive. And they provided it for me. There's a foundation, a pharmaceutical foundation, and they looked at my case and they said, this is somebody who could benefit from this new drug that the FDA just in the past year or so has approved. But it's doing such great healing, I guess, for people that are taking it, that they were very excited to help me out and help save my life. And I appreciate everybody who stepped in and saved my life. We had just an incredible medical team, and then then my coach, he stepped in when I got home, and 10 o'clock in the morning he woke me up and he said, it's time, we're going to go shopping. And if you say shopping to me, Cesar, I'm there. I thought we were going clothes shopping, but we ended up going to the grocery store. He pulled up, he grabbed a cart. I could barely stand. I was very weak. And he said, hold on to the cart, I'll be right back. And then my therapy started. We walked the circumference of the store, and that was it. That's all I could do. And we walked very slowly, and we stopped a lot. He probably picked up some food. I don't even remember. It was a very cloudy memory about some of those times. And every day since, he's taken me to that store because I can't breathe when it's hot out. I can't breathe. I can't go outside. My doctor said, don't go outside in the Arizona heat, right? And so every day I go to this store and I'm up to walking 3 miles. And that's why I'm able to speak. I've had 15 or 16 lung taps where they tap my lung and they pull out the fluid, and it's getting less and less and less. And the time between the treatments is getting more and more and more. So it's very exciting. And I hope that I can be that voice that breaks the silence when it comes to cancer and how you have to look at battling cancer. Pick up your sword, pick up your shield, and lead. Yeah.
And this is a great initiative, Siobhan. Thank you very much. We need to wrap up now. I would like to. There's 3 minutes just in case anyone wants to jump in and say something, especially the ones who have been listening. like JC, Francis, Edwin, Cassandra, Eva. If any of you want to say something or bring up any opportunity, feel free to do so now.
I'm just going to go really quickly. Siobhan, I just want to say thank you for sharing your story. I know it's a lot. My mom had cancer a while ago, and I work here with another woman that we can maybe do something when it comes to empower others. Jennifer Kearns, she's based in the UK. She does empowering business owners through disability and neurodivergency. So I think we can do something about it. So send a message to me privately, and we can discuss how we can do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cassandra.
Of course.
They have a great group, Siobhan. That's a good one. Thank you, Cassandra.
And can you drop your LinkedIn?
She will put it there. Chet, you raise your hand.
Yes,
Go
I have
ahead.
a question for Jason Ball. Jason, you still on?
He's not. He
Oh,
actually,
okay.
but I can connect you to Jason.
Yeah, I've
he's
got
one-
his LinkedIn, so I'll
Okay,
reach out to him.
Okay, sounds good. And let me know if you need any help there.
Okay.
Francis.
Yeah, thanks, Caesar, for organizing today's great speakers. Loved it. Siobhan, I'm a partner at To Go Advisory Group, and we have a not-for-profit practice group that's well connected and networked. I'll contact you to see how our advisory partnership can assist you.
Excellent. Thank you, Francis.
That would be wonderful, Francis. I appreciate that.
All right. So I'm gonna then wrap it up. Again thank you very much, Sayali, Chet, and Siobhan, and the rest of the group, of course. Tomorrow we will have the League of Opportunities Part 2. It's gonna be busier. We have a couple of speakers lined up from different parts of the world. So if you are around 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 Pacific, you're more than welcome to join us. So thanks, and have a good rest of your day or night, and see you next.
Thanks,
Take care, everyone.
Cesar.
Thank you, Cesar.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.